Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom to the 12 tribes, Yasharala, giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mahashiach, Malak, Yahawashi. That's all praises, honor, and glorification unto the Most High, Yahawah, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahawashi. Right, this is your brother Yasharala. All right, and I'm going to post a link in on the chat for Tazaiyar Gabor, the mighty brother. All right, and FYI, he didn't fall out. All right, he's still in the truth, mighty. All right, so we're going to go through the spirit. All right, call on Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right, got to give all praise. All right, so shalom. Lord willing, you're enduring. Lord willing, you're praying, you're fasting. Keeping the commandments, doing everything that you can in these last days. Right, to uphold the Most High, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Try to strive for this kingdom, for it to come. Let me bring out this precept real quick. Ties right here. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. So we got ties right here. Right, let me bring out the precept. Hey, 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Right, 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth. Right, because hey, we both up here, we're young. All right, we're young up here. All right, and so Paul, he's giving godly advice to Timothy. All right, and Timothy, he was a young man and he was a bishop, man, guiding the church. Right, he was a leader in this thing. Though he was young, right, it says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers." So we, as being young people in this thing, right, in this truth, we have to walk as what? Being examples, right? Just like how, in the previous video I said, like how the math teacher, she will put, or he or she will put a damn math a problem for an example, right, on the board, right? And so everybody in the class will have to follow after that example. And we have to be those examples in this thing, man. We have to be the ones that's, at school, everybody sees us as, oh yeah, this man, he was always in the scriptures. This man, he's always dropping knowledge, wisdom, understanding. This sister, she always wearing dresses, right? She's always talking about the head wraps, So come. And Shalom, Yahawah is my God, right? Shalom.
My precept for that.
Khan, Salaki, let me just finish this real quick. Salaki, right? It says, "But be thou an example of the believers in word and conversation and charity and spirit and faith and purity." You see that? So we have to walk as an example, man. All right, so Khan, you got it.
All right, Job chapter 32 and verse, I'm going to read verse 7, where I said, days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. Right, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Right, so it's not of us, it's not of a damn old man to get the understanding he has, man. It's the inspiration of the Most High, man. So it could be damn a 9-year-old child, and the Most High will give him what he wants, man. He'll give him the inspiration and the wisdom that he will get, man, because it's the inspiration of him. Right, verse 9. Right, great men are not always wise, neither do the age understand judgment. So just like what the brother's going into. Hey, Timothy, look at Timothy, man.
That's right.
Hey, one of the greatest, people to walk the planet, man. YAHAWASHI. Was he a damn, 90-year-old man with a damn long ass beard?
Hey, that's right.
With damn balding hair, man. No, man. He was in his youth.
That's right.
Come
on. And that's you too.
It's inspiration, man. It's the inspiration of Most High that giveth us wisdom. It's not us to get the wisdom that we obtain, man.
That's right. Come.
You got it.
That's right, man. It's up to the Most High. You could be damn 60 years old and not know the truth, right? While a damn 9-year-old is breaking down the book of Revelation, right? The Lord, he's capable of doing all things, man. And the damn 60-year-old, you don't know what the hell's going on, right? And why is this 9-year-old talking like that, right? Hey, the Lord can have damn 17-year-olds, right, go out there into the highways and hedges and damn confound 50-year-olds, right? That supposedly have been reading the Bible for the whole life. I've been going to church all my life. I know that Bible from front to back, right? You pull out a precept and they utterly confound it, man. Right? That's all through the Most High, you
Right.
know. This is the book of Job. You said what verse did you read?
I was at 32.
Job 32. Uh, let me read. Did you read verse 6?
I think so.
All right. So let me see. Okay,
I
let me
read
get.
verse 7. I read verse 7.
Okay, let me get verse 6 real quick. Job 32 and 6. And Elihu, perfect example, man. Elihu, he didn't speak for the entirety of Job until chapter 32 because he was young, right? These old men were talking and communicating, so he wouldn't show his opinion, right? So he said, and Elihu, the son of Barakel, the Buzite, answered and said, right? And Elihu means Yahweh is God, right? It says, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid and durst not show you mine opinion. See that? So hey, we got Brock the Most Highest on here, bro. Shalom, shalom, King. Right? It says, dang. It says, I am young and you are very old. Wherefore I was afraid and durst not show you mine opinion. So you don't have to be damn 80 years old, man, right? And he didn't speak because he said, typically young people don't have that knowledge. Typically young people, we don't have that wisdom, right? We don't have that experience. And so a lot of people, they try to say, oh, you don't know nothing, right? What do you, right? This Edomite tried to tell me, how old are you? How old are you? Why don't you try living life before you start preaching the Bible, right? What? I don't have to be damn 7 years old to start go preaching the Bible, man. Like the scripture says, verse 8, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding, right? This is all from the Most High. All the knowledge and wisdom I have is all from the Most High, right? And it says, and let me get this in the book of Sirach 32 real quick, right? Sirach chapter 32 and verse 7. It says, speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. You see that? So that's how we have to conduct ourselves, mainly amongst the elders that actually know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The elders that's actually in this thing, in the truth, that know the knowledge, that know the Most High, right? But mainly, if we're young, right, and we were given the knowledge, wisdom, understanding from the Most High, right? Hey, no, we're able to speak. We're able to speak.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
you got it.
right? And that also goes into the Most High will have mercy on whom we have mercy, man. He can give, hey, that's exactly what we're going to. Hey, let me get this also in First Kings, right? Because then the Lord, he literally made a damn, I believe he was at 8 years old, a king over over people, man. King over thousands of people, he made a king, man. And he was
Yeah,
eight.
come on. Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
was.
talk about that account, man.
Yeah,
I'm guessing First Kings. Hey, but hey, that y'all get the point though, man. The Most High, he will do what he wants, man. At the end of the day, right? I just got a precept for that, right? Sirach, chapter 34 in verse 9, right? A man. Well, first, let me get this in second. First Kings chapter 1. Right, let's see how to become a man in the first place. It's not damn how long your beard is, man. It's not damn how much you weigh. It's not how much you damn lift in the gym, man. It's about these commandments, man. It's about if you're right with the one who controls you, man. You know. Right, this is First Kings chapter 1, chapter 2, verse 1. Right now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. Right? So King David is finna show his son how to be a man.
that's
Right?
right.
Verse 3. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, his testimonies, as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest and whatsoever thou turnest thyself, man. So that's how you become a man, man. It's not about any of those things. Literally, it's about if you right with the Lord. If you right, if about if you keeping these damn commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's see this also. Right. Slot, you get yours. I'm gonna get this after you.
And let me get that account because the brother was saying, and you might be like, well, what verse is that? An 8-year-old reigning, right? Yeah, that's in the book of Second Kings, right?
Huh?
Second Kings chapter 22, in verse 1. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 30 and 1 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jedediah, and the daughter of Abadiah of Boskath, right? So you see that? So the point I want to highlight is Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, right? So what does that mean? He was a king at 8 years old, man, a king, right? And you can't just nobody can just be a king, right? Nobody can just be a king. You have to know stuff. You have to know the laws, right? You have to know the wisdom, the knowledge and understanding. The Lord has to be dealing with you to be a king of Israel, you know, kind of be the king. I believe he was the king of Judah, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? So
Sorry.
nobody can just come up to the throne and be the king, right? You have to be chosen from the Most High, you know. So if an 8-year-old could take the throne, what makes you think that so-called teenagers and 17-year-olds don't know nothing,
Right.
right? Khan,
Right. Brother Brown, that's out earlier.
right?
Right. He said for that. Right. It's Sirach chapter 11 and 5. Right.
Khan,
Many kings have sit down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of has worn the crown, man.
that's right.
So yeah, on a spiritual level, hey, we chase? We chasing that damn crown, man.
That's right.
Nobody's gonna think a damn 17-year-old, two 17-year-olds, as many 17-year-olds as there in the truth, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna think that they're gonna obtain a crown one day.
Mm-hmm.
They're just too young, and they got so much to learn.
Right.
They still waiting to they balls ain't dropped in the world. They'll say that, man. They'll be like that, But hey, that's just the Most High, man.
Mm-hmm.
Many kings have sit down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of has won the crown, man.
He's on the crown.
So hey, that's just how it is, man. The Most High
Right.
like catching people off guard, man.
That's
You know.
right.
But here's that precept that I was talking about, right? Sirach chapter 34 in verse 9, right? A man that has travailed knoweth many things, and he that has much experience will declare wisdom.
Right.
Say damn, a 5-year-old could go through more than you, man. A
Mm-hmm.
damn 4-year-old, man. Any of those things. That's how you attain knowledge of things, man. Is going through it and actually experiencing it,
Yeah.
right? It says a man that has travailed knows many things, and he that has much experience will declare wisdom, right? He that has no experience, I knoweth little, but he that has travailed is full of prudence. And like what the brother was talking about earlier, a damn old man was talking about he knows the Bible and this and that. That he never been through nothing, man. He never seen his people going to slavery. He never researched his people going to slavery, man.
Mm-hmm.
He never it's just it doesn't click in their brain, man.
Nice, man.
It's just wicked,
Yeah.
man. Verse 11, right? The point. When I travailed, I saw many things, and I understood more than I can express. Right? I was oftentimes in danger of death, yet was I delivered because of these things, man. Say the point is wisdom, it comes from the Most High, man. You can't obtain wisdom from old age. You
That's
can't
right.
obtain wisdom from them going through damn. You can't obtain wisdom from reading the book of Enoch, man. You can't obtain wisdom from them reading the Quran. Hey, it's by going through the things that the Most High wants you to go through in order to obtain that truth, man. To obtain that crown. Now, let me just get this quick precept in Isaiah chapter 62, right? The classic, right? This is the book of Isaiah, right? Chapter 62 in verse. I'm gonna start at verse 2. Right? And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, right?
Right.
Just like Yahushua. Come on,
That's right. That's right.
come on,
Hebrews 7 and 14.
come on, right? Let me read that again, though. Right? And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, man. So, hey, Donald Trump is finna see the prophets, man. Donald Trump is finna see the 144,000 with a damn crown on their head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's going into. right? And Gentiles, everybody that doesn't understand the truth, everybody that's despising, damn the prophets outside, man. Why are you out here so long? Go inside. Don't you got a job? Don't you got a life? All those Gentiles is going to see us with a crown on their head, man. If that be the most
Right.
high, right? And all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown. It's like thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal dominion in the hand of thy God. So hey, a 17-year-old could attain that if that be the most high's will. You got
Con.
ears to hear, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you
And
got.
Con got a precept for that. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 24, verse 1. Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. Who's her people? Let's skip down to verse 8, right? It says, I'm going to skip down to verse 7. With all these I saw rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? And in whose wisdom's people? Where's she going to go, right? Where's she going to dwell at? Verse 8. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment. Now this is the most high commanding wisdom. And he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. So wisdom dwells amongst Israel, man. Now, is that just talking about the elders, right? Only brother, stop talking, brother. Only the elders have wisdom, right? Or brother, hey, stop talking, brother. Only the elderly women have wisdom, right? Or stop talking, brother, right? Only these men have wisdom, right? No, it said Israel, right? All of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just the old men, not just the old women, right? Although they do have wisdom, it's not just them though, right? It's all of Israel. So even a damn 8-year old, a 10-year old could drop some damn gems. You know what I'm saying? Even a 17-year old could pitch in something, right? We can bring stuff to the spiritual table, right? A 20-year-old, even men like Naklam, Yardan, whatnot. Yardan, from the mighty Yardan from WFI, right? Detroit, he's 22, right? And he has the wisdom, man. He can drop some wisdom, right? That's all from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got this Salaki. Let me just bring this out real quick. This is Iraq 11 and 1. Wisdom lifteth up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men. You see that? So us, back in the world, man, we were just random jakes, man. Random jakes in the world, kind of just hanging out in the streets, right? Not really doing much, you know, kind of just lowly, not in that kind of like, just nobody, man. But the Lord brought us in this truth, and now we're somebody. Now we're a servant. You know what I'm saying? Now we're a shepherd in this thing, right? So it lifted up our head, right? So you got it.
Right. This is a first edge, like second edges, right? Chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 22, right? And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again,
That's
right?
right.
So, hey, Ezra's, it said his soul recovered the spirit of understanding, right? Let me read on verse 23. And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of wood, of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen the onely vine, man.
Mm-hmm.
24. In all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and all the other flowers one lily. So hey, let's get deep into this a little bit. Let's see what this is talking about. Right? Let me go to Isaiah chapter 5, man. Because hey, when it says one vine, that means what? One people, man. He
Mm-hmm.
chose us to have the spirit of what is it? Sloth, right? He chose us to have the spirit that all these wisdom, man. Wisdom, that's the spirit what he chose us to have, right? But specifically in this verse, it said the spirit of understanding, right? The Most High, he gave Esdras the spirit of understanding, man. Let me just get this real fast, right? In Isaiah chapter 5,
Mm-hmm.
right? This Isaiah chapter 5 in verse, I'm just read verse 1, right? This whole chapter is good, man. Right now will I sing to my well beloved the song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well beloved has a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the choicest vine and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it should bring forth wild grapes, man. So hey, on a spiritual level, he chose us, man. He chose us to speak this wisdom because we're the only ones who be able to do it, man. You know? Esau is the pale horse, the red devil, his time will be coming. That's right, man.
That's right. That's right. Revelation chapter 6, man.
Um,
Come on. It's time's come to an end. Come on, Blake. Come on, you got it. Rocky.
Right, hey, right, hey. What I'm going into? Hey, he chose us as a vineyard, man. He chose us as a fruitful hill.
Right.
We're the only people who could bring this word out like we can, man. We're the
Come
only people who break down Daniel chapter 7, man. We're the only people who break down Deuteronomy 28. Because hey, nobody else can understand it, man.
right.
Nobody else can wrap their damn head around Deuteronomy 28:68. Because he chose us out of all the vineyards of the earth, man. If you have ears to hear, right? Verse 3. And now, O habitations of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. Man. So, hey, he chose us out of all nations to bring forth this wisdom. You know, that's
That's
the
right.
point I'm getting at. You got it.
Come on. And let me just find this account real quick. Matthew chapter, let me see, 5. Let me see. Salakia. But basically, oh, hold on. Matthew chapter 6, or Salakia, Mark chapter 6, and verse, basically it was when it was going into, Yahawashah's miracle of him, kind of multiplying the bread, right, and feeding the people, about 5,000 people. Now, was it just 5,000 men? That's it, right? Just mighty men, just 5,000 elders, mighty men, right? That was there, that was following Yahawashah, right? Kind of just all austere like this, right? No, man, it was women. It was women there, right? It was children there, right? Fathers there, old people there, man. Hey, maybe some newborns, man, that were following Yahawashah, right? So you need to tell me, hey, they don't have any wisdom, right? The disciples of Yahawashah, they have wisdom, man, right? So Khan, because it was given them of the Father, right? Let me go to Salakia. Khan, you can bring out your precept
Come.
if you
Let
have
me
one.
get to Solomon chapter 7.
Come
Right. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? Chapter 7. Right. I'm gonna read verse right. Read verse 22. Right. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, onely fold, manifold, substance, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be wedded, ready to do good, right? Kindled to man steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure in the most subtle spirits, man. So, hey, all those spirits the Most High gave to us. Imagine that, man. He gave us the overseer spirit, man. All this, it's literally going into it, right? Verse 24, right? For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passes and goeth through all things by reason of her by reason of her appearance, man. So by reason of her pureness, it goes through the children of Israel, man. It goes through the prophets, man. It goes through literally 17-year-olds in this thing, man. 8-year-olds, man.
Right.
That's just how wisdom works because that's the Most High in how the period which chose us out of the choicest line, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read on. Verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no undefiled thing fall into her, man. So if you got yours here, man, hey, this is only for us, man. Literally nobody else, because everything else is undefiled. So everything else is defiled with the wickedness of this world. Man. You could be a damn 70-year-old with wisdom in this thing, man. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be defiled by the things of Babylon. You know, you could be damn pure due to the Holy Spirit of the Most High. Because wisdom is just like that, man.
Yeah, I got fire precept.
Come
The spirit. It's the book of the water Yahweh. It's the book of Matthew chapter 11 verse 25. At that time Yahawashah answered and said, I thank thee, O Father. Now this is the Most High, Slaki, this is Yahweh Shah praying to the Most High, right? It says, I thank thee, O Father, the water, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and has revealed them unto babes. See that? So, little children, bruh, right? On a physical level. We know this talking about, spiritually, babes, when we come into this thing, what I'm saying, we're a babe because we have to be born again, right? Matthew 18:3 and John chapter 3, right? But nonetheless, babes means what? Baby, right? Little people, people that's older than us will call us damn children, you know? Oh,
Right.
what's up, kid? Right? They'll start calling us kids, man, right? Because of our age. But guess what? The Lord said, look, the Lord is thanking the Most High and blessing the Most High because he has hid the wisdom and knowledge, understanding. He has hid away from the wise and the prudent. Who's the wise and the prudent? These doctors, professors, the physicists, what I'm saying, the astronomers, right? The chemists, all these wise people of the world, right? And he has hidden this knowledge, wisdom, understanding away from them, has given them onto babes and 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15, right? 12, 10, right? 9, you know, 20, 25, right? That's still considered young. You know what I'm saying? So calm. That's
Okay.
all focus.
Right. I can't find that precept I was looking for, but I'll just get this one. Corinthians. Right. First Corinthians. Right. Chapter 14. Right.
That's right.
I don't know if I want this. All right. I'm gonna just bring it out. Right. First Corinthians chapter 14 and verse. I'm gonna start at 30. Right. If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. Right. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn, and that all may be comforted. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man.
That's
You know, so,
right.
hey, Most High, he could put anybody out as a prophet, man. Then, hey, Yahawashi was a prophet at 12 years old, man. You know, that's literally how the thing is, man.
Now let's get
You
that.
know? Come. Right? And it said the spirits of the prophets. So what's that mean? They're going into the prophecy, man. They're going into them being an overseer. Right? They're going into Matthew 10 and 16, man. They're going into Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 3. They're going into Ephesians 5 and 15. Right? They're going into how to move wise in this damn world, man. You know,
Mhm.
but the thing I want, let me get Salakia. Let me get Second Corinthians real fast. Let me get Second Corinthians chapter 2 and 15. Right. Salakia. Will you get your precept, Salakia?
Khan, yeah, let me just get this real quick. It's the book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 46. And it came to pass after Slaki that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. Who is this man? Who is this child, man, that was sitting amongst the doctors of the law, right? These
Mm.
these wise men, you know what I'm saying? He was just sitting around asking questions, right? Hey, we're gonna find out who it is. Verse 47. And guess what he was doing? He was asking questions. All right. In this truth, and even in any class, man, we gotta ask questions. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause questions, right? When you ask questions, you want to get clarification, and that really shows that you're trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? Verse 47. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. Right? So they were astonished at his understanding. Right? Wait, you understand this? Right? But you just 12 years old, right? When you read this the early in this chapter, right? Verse 42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. So Yahweh, and yes, spoiler alert, it's Yahweh. He was 12 years old at this time. And these men, these doctors of the law, these masters of the law, man, they were astonished at his wisdom, at his understanding, right? Just like how people in the world, when they see us coming in this truth, kind of confounding them, kind of confounding other people, right? Breaking down the script. Yeah, let's go to this book because when you pull up this history and when you go to this and you go into the Greek in the Hebrew, right? And they're confounded. They're like, damn, what the hell, right? And it says and answers, and it's like real quick. Yahweh Shah, when it says asking them questions, Yahweh Shah wasn't asking questions like where were your shoes made, right? Or what is that like? And do you like to play games, Mister? Right? This man, hey, Yahawashi, he was probably asking questions pertaining unto the laws, like, so what's this breakdown? Right? What does this mean? Got a precept for this? Right? Or if you keep this law, you know how Yahawashi, right? You know, he gets deep, right? If you keep this law, right, then in this situation, and then this happens, then what do? Right? They're like, whoa, right? And they're astonished, right? Verse 48. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrow. Because he damn near just when they were leaving, he was staying there. And they thought that they came with them, right? But then they're like, where's Yahushua at? They came back, they're like, oh shoot, you're safe, right? It's like, boy, where were you? You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? We were down there, worried to death. Verse 49. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I should be about my father's business?
mm,
Mm, Khan. And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. So they made me understand that, man. So Khan, all praises.
come,
Right.
now come. Let me just get this precept real fast. Right, Sirach chapter 20 and verse 20. Right, a wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth, for he will not speak it in due season. Right, so in the world, hey, we was known as fools in the world, man. We was known as fools in the world. That's why nowadays, people don't really hearken unto us. Well, I can speak as myself. People won't hearken unto me, man. For real. Let me just get this also, right? Because hey, this is the Most High. He ordained this thing, man. This is how we know right here, right? Let me show y'all this real fast, right? First Corinthians, right, chapter 1 and verse 27, right? But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world, right, to confound the wise, and the Most High hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Man. Hey, right now, nowadays, this thing looks is weak in people's eyes, man. This truth is they take it for naught, man. They take it as something that's just gonna be gone the next day. They're gonna forget about it. But sooner and sooner that thing's gonna keep creeping up on them. You'll be like, oh man, exactly what he was talking about. It's happening, man. World War III is coming, just like how we said it. That's why it's gonna be confounding the mighty when the wisdom that we spew out of our mouth, Lord willing, hey, it's gonna confound them, man. Because everything we speak is not of it's not of us, man. This is how we know it's the spirit of wisdom inside these prophets, man, because it's literally not of us.
That's
We
right.
tell you one thing, hey, it's going to happen because the Lord said it's going to happen, man. It's not of us, man. Wisdom is just a moving spirit going forth through the children of Israel. You know, that's how it is. Right, verse 28. And base things of the world and things which are despised has the Most High chosen. Yeah, and things which are not to bring to naught things that are.
Mm,
So hey,
right.
that's just all. That's all praise to the Most High, man.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, man, it gets more. It gets good, right? That no flesh should glory in His presence, but of Him are ye in Christ Hamashiach Yahushai, who of the Most High is made unto wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, huh? Right? That according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord.
That's right.
So it's not of us to bring out this wisdom, man. It's not of us to tell you that World War III is coming. It's not of us to go into Deuteronomy 28:68. It's of the damn Lord, man. He's
Right.
telling you that we went into slavery because we broke the commandment, and he's telling you World War III is coming. Or he's telling you missiles is finna fly at your damn head if you don't repent and come back unto him. Because what he just say? No flesh is going to attain the kingdom, man. This flesh that we have, it's attracted to things of this world, man. It's attracted. What did Paul say? What he wants to do, he does it not because the flesh and the law of sin, they're at war, man. So hey, how can we tell you? But it's the Most High that tells you because we have this flesh, man. We are literally just flesh. We cannot tell you nothing, man. It's of the Most High. That's how we know is He really ordaining this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
On another level for real. You know.
That's right. And that's another thing too. That's another point too, because like the Most High, he can talk through anybody.
Right.
Most High could literally talk to through anybody. He can
Anybody.
use any vessel. Fine. To use a damn, you look at the paper, you look at the page, the book, kind of just scrolling through the scriptures. What should I read? Feel like Jeremiah? Nah, let me go to Zechariah. You know what I'm saying? Let me read that real quick. Now you know what? I want to read some Yahweh, right? You kind of just flipping through the book. You come across a precept, man. That's all the Lord, and it's like it's speaking to you. You
Right.
know, or it's like your brother, your little sister might come into the room, your little brother might come into the room, trying to and say stuff, right? Just out of nowhere, man, and you perceive that, hey, that might be the Lord speaking through you right now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Or the brother or the mighty brothers giving counsel, and it's like, damn, it's like actually lining up. With the scriptures lining up, and it's good counsel. You know what I'm saying? That could be from the Lord as well, right? Anything. You be watching TV, listening to a song, you stress about something, right? And it just hits you. You know what I'm saying? But this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15. And we know, like the brother said, the Lord mainly uses people to speak to the people,
Right.
right? Usually, the Lord, he uses his servants to speak to people, right? Jeremiah 15 and verse 19. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, if thou return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take forth the precious from the vial, thou shalt be as my mouth. You see
Mm.
that? So some brothers in this thing is actually the Lord's mouth, It says, let them return unto thee, but return not thou unto them. What does that mean? Jeremiah is going to be like the Lord's mouth. Meaning that what? When Jeremiah speaks, that's literally the Lord speaking, right? When Jeremiah is speaking the word of the Most High, you know. So
Right. I got two quick precepts. Right. I
um,
got First Samuel chapter 3, verse 6. Right. And the Lord called yet will come. I'm gonna start at verse 6. And the Lord called yet again Samuel, and Samuel arose and went to Eli. Right. So hey, this is a situation, where the Lord he was calling Samuel. He was literally saying his name. He was like Samuel, right? And the Lord called Samuel yet again Samuel, and Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, here am I, for thou didst call me. Right. So hey,
uh,
right. And he answered, I called not, my son, lie down again. Right. So hey, this is how the Most High works. We gotta understand this, man. This is how he works. Right, verse 7. Right now, Samuel did not yet know the Lord, neither was the word of the Lord yet revealed unto him.
mm,
Verse 8. Right, and the Lord called Samuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, here am I, for thou didst call me. And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child. Right. Therefore, Eli said unto Samuel, go lie down. It shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. So Samuel went and lay down in his place, man. Say, the Lord spoke. Hey, that's just the Most High. He's a movie creator, man. He's the best director, for real, man. Hey, what he did, the Most High said, hey, I'm gonna call your name. You gonna think it's your dad, but it's really me. In Eli, he's gonna perceive that, hey, you're the Most High is with you, man. That's why I think. I'm gonna just read on. Let's get more understanding.
yeah. And
Verse
it's like, I don't think that was his dad though, but I think that was like his elder basically.
10.
Con, but yeah, it's like you got it.
Come come I'm tripped up. Verse
Con,
10.
con,
Right, and the Lord came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, speak, thy servant heareth. And the Lord said, Samuel, behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle. Say, it's pretty obvious that Samuel, he's young right here, man. In the Lord, he's literally giving him a prophecy that is going to happen to the children of Israel, man. So how much, hey, that whole thing right there, if that doesn't persuade your mind that the Most High, he controls these spirits that be in us, man, that go through these prophets, man, that tell you these things, then I don't know what will persuade your mind, man. You know, come, you know, come. I had another precept, quick precept. It's lucky, right? Isaiah chapter 13, for the precept with the brother, Isaiah 13:1. Right, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified one. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that are rejoiced in my highness, man. Say that more proof that the Most High He speaks through via the prophets, man. He literally uses the prophets and speaks to them, man. Lift up the high banner and exalt it among the high hill, exalt the voice to them, shake the hand that they may go into the nobles, gate to the nobles.
Um,
Say, come on, you got it.
See that? Come on. I got Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 4. I used to read this precept when I was first coming in, Jeremiah 1 and 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Right? That's crazy, bro. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, man. The Lord already knew you before you even formed in the belly, right? It says, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, right? And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Man, if you're born in this truth, the Lord has ordained you to be in this truth, right? He said, this soul, this spirit will be in the truth, right? Will be a prophet, will be a minister, will be an exhorter, will be a teacher, right? Will be my humble servant in this thing, you know? Come on. And it says, what? Verse 6. Then said I, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Hey, there's multiple ways of, reading this. One way, it could be like, kind of like Jeremiah kind of saying, kind of making an excuse, well, what? A prophet? Well, what I'm saying, because Jeremiah, he knew the law of the prophets, man. The prophets, they've always been there, right? Ever since the time of Genesis, man. You have prophets out there. And Jeremiah, he knew that the prophets, they weren't treated that well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll get beaten. Sometimes they'll get, stabbed, right? Killed. You know what I'm saying? Get out of it, right? And the prophet always speaking in the name of Yahweh, right? You know what I'm saying? So Jeremiah, he might have been like, hey, I can't speak. I'm a child. You know what I'm saying? I'm a child. Verse 7, what did the Lord say, though? Right? But the Lord said unto me, say not, I am a child. Hey, don't say that you're young. Don't say that you're a child, right? It's all good. It says, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, right? And whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. See that? BAHASHAM, man. Ah,
I got the classic, right? John chapter 15 and verse 16, right? Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordains you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Say plain and simple. The Most High, he ordains who he has chosen. Plain upon tables, right? Hold on, I'm gonna read that last part again. Right, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. I'm gonna get that precept, but you got yours. I'm gonna find this precept in my meditation.
and that's like, another point too, because the Most High, he loves the young, man. The Most High, he loves the young, right? Because let's go to the book of Hosea. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 11. It's like I was going the wrong way. Hosea 11 and 1, right? It says, when Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. See that? So the Lord said when Israel was young, man, the Most High kind of been like, man, I remember when y'all, Israel was so young and innocent, right? Just coming out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? And now look at y'all, right?
Right.
Like a dad. Hey, I remember, you were just a little boy. I carrying you like this, like a damn burrito, rocking around, right, playing with you. You never gave me, never bucked up against me. You know what I'm saying? Now look at you. You think you can get some, right? That's how father, they check their son, right? So Khan, and the Most High, he loves the children, man. even Yahawashah. I'm about to go to that real quick, right? So like real quick, let me get to this. Matthew 18 and 1, right? It says, at the same time came the disciples unto Yahawashah, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahawashah called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them. Right? So Yahawashah was asked, hey, who's the greatest in the kingdom? Right? Yahawashah, he grabbed a child, right? And set him in the midst of them and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, right? You come into this truth and become as little children, right? Ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven, right? So the little children, man, they're humble, right? And they need to be taught, right? Again. So that's basically what it's going into. You got to be born again, right?
Come,
So come.
come, man. Right, precept for that. Right, this Lamentations chapter 3, right? 20. I'm gonna start at verse 24. Right, the Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he beareth the yoke, so that he beareth the yoke in his youth. Right? He sitteth alone and keepeth silence because he has borne it upon him. You know what I'm saying? What is right? It is good for a man that he beareth the yoke in his youth. Because hey, if you bear the yoke in your youth, that's when you learn things, man. That's when you already have the understanding. When you in that situation again, hey, you're gonna have the understanding what to do, man. You have the spirit of discernment in that time, man. Right? Verse 29. Right? He putteth his mouth in the dust. If so be there may if so be there may be hope. He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. He is filled full with reproach. For the Lord would not cast off forever. You know, hey, that's a lamentation of Jeremiah right there, man. You know, he was in the spirit with that one, for real, for real. Right? For the Lord will not cast off forever.
That's right.
You know, come.
Hey,
I was just, so I was touching on that. He said, bear the yoke in his youth.
Mm-hmm. Come. And I got this real quick. Remember I brought this out. It's Iraq chapter 51 and verse 13, right? It says, when I was young, it's like when I was yet young, wherever I went abroad, I desired wisdom openly in my prayer. So if you're young and you don't know nothing, then why is Ban Sirach, the son of Sirach, why is he praying for wisdom when he was young,
Mm.
right? If he can't get it, you know what I'm saying? If young people don't know nothing, right? Why was he praying for wisdom then? You know what I'm saying? Because he knew he was able to get that, right?
Right.
Even at a young age. Gone. And we already know that, let's go to this real quick. Job, right? Job chapter 32. Job chapter 32, verse 16, right? It's like not Job 32. Job chapter 34. It's like Job 35 and 13. It says, surely God will not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it. So if it was vain to pray for that, if it was vain to get wisdom at a young age, right? If that's like impossible, then hey, Bonsai Rack, he wouldn't have been praying for that then,
Right.
right? At a young age. But he was, right? Salaki, let me keep reading. Sirach 51 and 13. When I was yet young, or ever I went abroad, I desired wisdom openly in my prayer. I prayed for her before the temple and will seek her out even to the end. You see that? It's like, hey, he's in love with wisdom, man. You know? Oh,
Come. Right. Precept for that. Right? Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9. By the classic. Right? Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Right? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, man.
that's right.
You know, hey, you can't just come in this thing going straight to Daniel chapter 7, man. You can't come in this thing going straight to damn the meat, man. You got to actually understand Deuteronomy 28. You got to understand damn the milk, man. You got to understand the Psalms and the Proverbs, man. You know, that's simple. Right, let me get this also. Right in Hebrews.
Right.
Right. Hebrews chapter 5. I believe 5 or 6. Right, I'm gonna get this real fast. So we just touching on this, right? Hebrews chapter 5. Right, I'm gonna read verse 12. Right, I'm gonna start at verse 12. Right. When for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need milk and not strong meat. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongs to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's getting older in this thing. That's spiritually, you'll be old, man. While you get that, while when you get the meat, man. You know, you can't as a baby. Just think about it on a physical level, man. As a baby, you don't come out straight up just damn eating damn a T-bone steak, man. You know, your mom, she at least got to chew it down for you to do that, and that's just doing too much. So you eat what? You drink the milk, right? You eat the bread. You do what's required you as a damn baby, man. You know, and sooner you'll get the meat, man. Just out of spirit on a spiritual level, that's how it is. You know, that's just how wisdom works. You know, let me just use also, right? Sirach chapter 6, the classic Salah, right? Because it's just not. That's why it's not easy to obtain, man. You got to go through a process for this thing, right? This is Sirach chapter 6 and verse. Marie verse 25, right? Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got her, hold on, let her not go. You know, verse 28. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and thou shalt be turned to joy. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory, man. So that's when you're getting the meat, man. That's when you're old in this thing. That chain will be the slucky, but her chains a robe of glory. You know, and now when you just coming in, hey, this gonna be hard to understand, man. It's gonna be hard to obtain the wisdom you want. It's gonna be hard to understand Daniel chapter 7, man. You know, that's why, hey, this is a real spiritual process that you have to go through. Man. You know, this is it. This isn't something you could just make up. You know,
Right.
you got it.
Right. This is a classic, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 8 and verse 2. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest steal the avenger. It's like that thou mightest steal the enemy and the avenger. So out of the mouth of babes and sucklings, man, right? Babes and sucklings, young men, young women, man, that came into this truth by the grace of the Most High, right? According to His election, you know. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest steal the enemy and the avenger. You got young lions, man. Young lions out there prophesying, confounding people, right, through the spirit, right, bringing out knowledge, bringing out wisdom. They could be on the block selling. They could have been in the damn club, right? It's like they could have been in the damn clubs, right? We could have been out at some damn girl's house, right? But guess what? We were out there prophesying, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh BAHASHAM now Bashah, proclaiming the knowledge, wisdom, understanding from babes, man, sucklings. You know, a old person, you might look at us and be like, "Hey, you just came out the womb a day ago." You know, oh, what you 17? You you just came out the womb a day ago. You know, but guess what, man? And nevertheless, the Most High gave us the knowledge. He gave us the
Right.
wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Fine, right?
Come,
And let him that glory in the Lord. You know, so come.
come, right. This is a Wisdom of Solomon, right? Chapter 4. I don't know. I didn't bring this out right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4.
I think so.
Con, yeah, that was in the con, right? Wisdom of Solomon 4:4. Right, for they flourish, for though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of winds they shall be rooted out, man. You know, so hey, when you in this truth like that, man, that means you're discombobulated. You didn't go through the full spiritual process of getting the milk first, man. You got the middle last, man, in reverse, man. You know, damn, you went into Daniel 7, you went into Second Ezra 11, man. You went to damn Ezekiel chapter 35, man. Gog and Magog, you know about all that, but don't know damn what tribe you from, man. You know, that's why I say you're gonna be damn shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of winds they shall be rooted out, man. You know, cause that's just not going through the spiritual fetters that you have to go through, the spiritual bonds, man. You know, trying to get the damn easy way into the damn prophecy, man. You know, right, verse 6. I'm gonna up to verse. Well, I'm just reading on to verse 5. Right, the imperfect branches shall be broken off, their fruit unprofitable, not right to eat. Yeah, meat for nothing. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial. For though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he, so like yet shall be in rest. For honorable age is not that which standeth in the length of time, nor that is measured by number of years, but wisdom is a great hair unto men, and unspotted life is old age, man. You know, hey, this wisdom it gets us older, man. When you grow old in the truth, you could literally grow old spiritually, man.
Mhm.
Literally, you got to think about that, right? Slaki, verse 10, right? He pleased the Most High and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yet speedily was he taken away, lest the wickedness should should alter his understanding or deceit beguile his soul.
All right.
Right? I'm gonna jump to verse 14, right, for the point. Right, for his soul pleased the Lord, therefore has he took him away from the among the wicked people. Right. So hey, well, verse 15, the point. Right, this the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercies is with his saints, and that he has respect unto his chosen.
Mm.
Bahasham Mashiach Yahushai, man.
BAHASHAM Yahusha,
You
bro.
know, so, hey, from the days of old, he chose Enoch and translated him, man.
Come.
You know, from the days of old, he delivered Peter, man. He delivered we at Khan. He delivered Peter, man. You know, so hey, there's nothing you could do because he's going to the Most High. You know, he has respect unto his chosen. Just as it is written, man. You know, it's like for the precept for the argument. You know,
Right, man. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 1, right? Who is as the wise man, right? And is this wise man just a damn 9-year old, right? A 9-year old, kind of with the cane, right? Damn long ass beard, right? Kind of just brushing it, right? He hasn't cut in about like damn 10 years, right? You know, it's kind of got the afro going, you know, it's white, gray, right? So that's the wise man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is the wise man, right? Who is as the wise man? And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. So the wise man, the point I want to touch on is the wise man is not just talking about, you know, just 90-year olds or 80-year olds, right? Although those men can be very wise, hey, look, take a look like the Lord, Slakia, Tazaiyar just brought up, you know, not just brought up, but you know, he brought him up, Yahawah. Yahawah was damn 33 years old, walking around with a spirit of a 1,000-year-old on him, man. All
mm-hmm.
this knowledge, wisdom, understanding on him, right? He was walking, right, austere, right, just dropping gems, speaking in parables, like it says in the book of Mark. The Lord, it said that a parable, the Lord, he just spoke parables, said when he was speaking to the people, man, you know, just in parables. How many brothers and elders can you line up that's just speaking in parables, right? That's just speaking in parables, just dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? And so that was Yahweh. And guess what? He wasn't damn like the brother said. He wasn't damn 100 years old on the earth when he was walking as Yahweh.
Right.
You know, he was 30 years old, man, 30 to 33 years old. You know, so Khan, you don't have to be so old to have all the answers and all the wisdom, man. You know, so Khan.
Khan. Right. This is a Slaki. Do I want to? All right. Well, Khan. Now, let me just bring this out. Right. This is Job chapter 4 and verse. This whole chapter is good. Right, I'm just read verse. Right, I'm gonna read verse 3. Right, behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees, man. You know, so hey, playing upon tables, the most high he could strengthen the feeble knees. You know, on another level, he could strengthen damn 7 year old. He could put wisdom into a 7 year old, man. He could put wisdom into damn hey, anything. Just think about it, man. You know? Right,
Mm,
verse 5. Right, but now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest, it touches thee, and thou art troubled. It's not this thy fear, thy confidence, the uprightness of thy ways and thy hope. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off, man. You know, say being righteous, it's not gonna get you nowhere but in a good place, man. You know, it's not gonna get you in a damn. It's not gonna get you in a bad place, man. Playing upon tables, right? Verse 8, right? Even if I had seen they that plow with iniquity and so wickedness reap the same, right? By the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. Right, the roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken, man. You know, hey, if you're not rooting this thing, man, if you're not obtaining what you need to, man, hey, the Most High, by the blast of his nostrils, that is written, you're going to be consumed, man. You know, going straight to the meat. You know, not even understanding no type of damn no milk, man. You're gonna be a bug out on this thing, man. A damn Old Testament only Israelite, man.
all right.
I mean, that's literally, hey, that's literally happening right now, man. It's happening. You know, somebody's bugging out right now, man. You know, like I'm gonna jump to I'm gonna jump to verse 19. Or how much less on them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundations is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doeth not their excellency which is in them go away, they die even without wisdom. You know, so hey, the only way we could obtain this thing if we do what we have to do, man. Get the milk. You know, actually have it fully persuaded in your mind that your forefathers was seeing her on ships, man. And that can't be that hard, man. You got the history books, you know. You got the damn school system, man. You got YouTube, you know. It's not that hard. You know, that's how you have to obtain wisdom and be rooted in this thing, man. You know. Come on, you got it.
That's right, man. That's right. And also, yeah, that's the thing too. Like us, young people, right? Hey, we know how to work the computers, man. The damn the elders, they kind of open up. Hey, where's the power button on this thing, right? They don't even know what's going on, man. Right? Is my computer connected to the WFI, what is it called? The Wi-Fi, right? Is you kind of explain it. Yes, it's connected to the Wi-Fi, right? It's like, where do I click at? What's this? What's that? Right? What's the YouTube? How I get to the YouTube? Right? Hey, there was a video. This grandma, she was trying to get to Google, right? So she typed in the search engine Google, right? And then it popped up Google. And then she's like, okay, how am I supposed to get to Google? She typed in Google again, and then just kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, we we understand how to go on Google. All right, they teach us that in school. We know how to do this various stuff. We know how to. We have the phones. We have the computers. We know how to plug in the routers and the Wi-Fi and whatnot, right? And we're the young people, man, right? We're able to, stay up late. Our bodies are should be in well shape, right? So we're able to get into this thing, sometimes even more than the elders, because
Mm.
their back might be hurting, eyes kind of going out, right? Kind of, yeah, let me get my reading glasses, right? So us, we supposed to be a workman in this thing. Let's go to the book of Second Timothy, right? And that's also how we acquire this knowledge and wisdom understanding, you know, because there's so much you can get without not doing anything. Hey, how you think brothers got to this point? You know what I'm saying? Of course, through the Holy Spirit and the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? Him feeding us, But if we didn't put in the work, man, we wouldn't have gotten it. You know, we wouldn't have gotten it. So let's go to the book of Second Timothy. All right, let me get this. Second Timothy chapter 2, right? In verse, I'm gonna start at verse 15, right? It says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly divine the word of truth. You see that? So we, we're the young people in this thing, and we should be studying, right? To attain that more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, right? Because don't think that we just saying like all you have to do is just sit there and then the wisdom will come to you, right? Yeah. The brothers told me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm young, so I don't really have to do anything, right? No, brother, you have to get up, turn on a damn computer, go to YouTube, right? Type in the damn, whatever you want to, whoever you learn from, right? And get into this thing, get your highlighters, get your pencils, your pen, and get your, of course, you need the scriptures and get into and take notes, like you're at school, all right? So come
Come. Let me get a preset for that.
on.
Right. There, right. Let me just read right Psalms chapter 30, the whole chapter, bro. You know. Let me just read right Psalms chapter 34 and 11. Right.
Um,
I'm gonna start at verse 9. Damn, this whole chapter. Man. I'm gonna start at verse 9, right? Right. Oh fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. Right. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want anything. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and
right,
his ears are upon their cry, man. Right? The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. Right? The point. Right? Verse 17. The
mhm,
righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth them out of their troubles. The Lord is nigh to them that are brokenhearted, right? And saveth such as be a contrite spirit, man. Come on, seek thee out the book and read, man.
that's right.
Revelation 1 and 3. You gotta seek this thing. You gotta want this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want the damn kingdom, man.
Oh,
You gotta want your kids to have fun outside, man. You
mm-hmm.
gotta want peace and safety in your damn city, man. That's what you have to want in this thing. Well, I'm gonna get Isaiah, bro. Select
Right.
Isaiah chapter 62, 61. Let's see what the gospel is, man. Let's see what Yahawashi was talking about, man. And all the prophets. Right, Isaiah chapter 61, and I'm gonna read verse 1. Right, the fear of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. Right. So what it say? What it said? Right. God, the Most High God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me. So, hey, going back to that point, the Most High He ordained Isaiah to speak this good tidings, man. He ordained Isaiah to go to the fatherless, right? Another level, right? Good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Right, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance upon our God, to comfort all that mourn, man. So hey, our people are the ones who mourn, man. On another level, if we really want to get into it, our people are the ones who need this shit, man. We need salvation in this thing, man. Look at our people living in America, man. Literally, right?
Right. And
Come,
let
right.
me bring out that precept, Isaiah 34 and 16, man. Because Jake, you can read, all right? Jake, okay, you can read, all right? We're not in 1865 anymore, all right? Where we weren't allowed to read. Jake, you can read now, all right? You went to kindergarten, you went to first grade, you know what I'm saying? You went to middle school, hopefully, right? You went to high school. Maybe you're still in high school, right? So Jake, you know how to read, right? So don't be like, you know, that Bible, man, that's too hard to read, bro. Right? No, the Lord said you gotta read. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, then maybe you can pray to the Most High to give you that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like it says in the book of James, first chapter. It's Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Like the brother said. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth they have commanded, and his spirit they have gathered them. And this is literally the words of the Most High right here, on paper, in the book, right?
Come
For us to read. Come on.
on. Right. I got a few precepts for that. Right. I'm gonna read this though, the classic. Revelation 1 and 3. Right. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Say you're gonna be blessing this thing if you read, man. Cause without reading, you're not gonna understand what the hell to do, man. You're gonna go straight click on a damn Revelation breakdown video, man. Without the understanding. So that that's why you're blessed if you read. Come. All right. Let me get another one on that.
And we can start bringing out our closing precepts. I don't want to make this too long, so people, kind of watch it, because when Israel sees a too long video, they're like, I'll watch that later. Come.
Right, Isaiah 55. Well, no. Let me just bring Isaiah 8 and 17. Right. This is the book of Isaiah, right, chapter 8. And I'm gonna read verse 15. Right. And many among them shall stumble and fall, and be broken, and be snared, and be taken. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. And I will wait upon the Lord that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him, man. So this is how Isaiah was feeling, man. Like, what the hell y'all doing? Seal it up, man. What I'm saying, put this in a damn notepad, man. So, hey, that's what we have to do. We have to be a damn study hard, man. Damn try hard studying this thing, man. Come on, right? I'm gonna read that last part again, right? And I will wait upon the Lord that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him, man. So you got to seek the Most High at the end of the day, man.
Right.
Come on, you got it.
It's the book of First Timothy, right? Chapter 4 and verse 11. These things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, right? And the youth can teach, man. All right, they can teach. All right, that's what Paul is saying. Let no man despise thy youth. Meaning that, don't let anybody, kind of get on you because you're young, right, in this thing, right? But be thou an example of the believers. I know I already read this, but I want to keep reading. Example of the believers in word and conversation and charity and spirit and faith and purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. You see that? So brothers, hey, they can exhortate as well in this thing, Maybe we're not the best teachers. Maybe we we're not the best, apostles, or we're not the best at breaking down Revelation, the 15th chapter, 16th chapter, right? Maybe we're not the best at counsel, but we can exhortate, brother, keep going, keep studying, right? Keep going hard for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's exhortating, right? To doctrine, it says to reading as well, we should be reading, you know what I'm saying? Come. So yeah, that's all I wanted to get.
I mean, the classic, right? Psalms chapter 119, right? And I'm gonna read verse 60, right? I'm gonna start at verse 59, right? I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. Right? I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy law. So hey, man, brother was in the spirit, right? Whoever wrote this, brother was in the spirit. Right? The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgot the law. Right? You're not supposed to. Yeah, we supposed to be reading, making haste to whatever we do, if it's seeking the Most High. You can't linger in this thing, man. Right? I'm gonna get one more precept on that. Right, let me get Sirach for a fact. Right, it's the book of Sirach. chapter 7 and verse 16. Right? Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Man.
Mhm.
So, hey, man, that's plain upon tables. Man.
Con.
You can't tarry in this thing.
Mhm. And let me just say this real quick. By the Most High bringing us, man, in the truth, and not just only us, young people, man, young, men, young men and young women in this thing, becoming teachers, right? Becoming exhortators, becoming, gaining the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Before we didn't read any books. Now we're reading the scriptures. We're getting in this book. We're getting into the history, all this various stuff, right? And by the Most High doing that, He's showing unto the world that He's real, right? He's always been doing that, right? Showing because He wants to show His power, and that's the Most High showing His power right there, man. Showing that He's real. You know how many people, at my school that just is destitute of wisdom, right? That just doesn't care about the Most High, right? It's just too many. I can't even count my fingers. How about that,
Right.
right? Yeah, it's too many. I bet Tazaiyar can also relate. You
Come
know, just destitute, just doesn't care, right? But the Most High, he's raising up young men and young women in these last days, and we can't forget about the elders too. You know what I'm saying? Because elders, they're just as hard as well. Because it's challenging for a 6-year-old to come into this thing too, because they have a lot of bad habits. They've been uh, uh, um, breaking the Sabbath for 59 years, right? And now they come to the truth. Now that they kind of have to break that. You know what I'm saying? But so right? But of course, the Lord, we're kind of harping in on the young right now. So the Lord is raising up young men and young women in this truth, right? So that the Most High can show His power, man, show His
right.
might. BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI,
Shimon
right?
Mashiach.
Come, come. And the water for your support, Yahweh is my God, right? The water, watching the video, right? So with that, you had any last thoughts, Tizor?
Well,
So with that, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh. Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, we kind of put some wisdom out on the table for Israel. You know what I'm saying? So with that, again, giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh. This is your brother Yasharala.
Brother Tazaiyar Gabar.
Khan. Shalom.
Shalom.